Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for joining me. Today I get to share with you a Gerda Steiner Designs project using this cute little stamp set. It's called Bunny Friends. It has one image with two little bunnies on there that are just super adorable. 3 sentiments, a large one that says thank you, and then 2 smaller ones that you can add to your thank you. One says for being you, the other one says for being in my life. So today we're going to make an Easter card, and I'm going to be starting off by stamping the little bunnies. I have a piece of white cardstock. I placed it in my misty hair. We'll ink up our little bunny image with my Memento ink. Bunnies are super easy to color in because all you use is grays. So I super fast and easy coloring. But once my image is stamped, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and hopefully I can keep it in focus. It takes me a little bit of time, but I think I'm going to zoom out just a little bit more in case it's not focused. Okay, so I'm going to speed up the video a little bit, and then I'll do my little coloring. Starting off with pinks for the ears and for their little cheeks here, and then they're also their little feet. We'll add some pink to their little feet. And then just for coloring, I'm going to use a C3 for shading, and then I'll use a C1 to kind of blend it out. But I do want my bunnies to be mostly white, and so super easy to do. But while I color in, I'll play a little music for you, and when I'm done coloring, I will catch you back. Okay, coloring is all done, and I do use my blender pen just to blend out that gray a little bit. But now I'm going to use my scissors and just fussy cut out my image here. Super cute. Love these little guys. Okay, now we're going to work on our background. I thought we would create a background scene with some oxide inks. This is tumbled glass, and I have a piece of Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock here. I'm using a stencil. This is the Mini Cloud stencil. I'll list it down below for you. But it creates a beautiful, fun sky scene with the fluffy clouds. And I'm going to just add a few little rows. And I'm turning my stencil as I go, just so I have some different variation there. Okay, I thought we might as well take our card base and add a little cloud on our background too. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, only on my card base. Today we're going to make a landscape style card base. But instead of going all the way down with the hills, I'm going to stop halfway, just for a little added something. Okay, so there is our card base. Now I'm going to take my panel that we originally used for our clouds, and I'm going to add a little bit of grounding color. This is oxide ink also. It's pumice stone, and it's a very warm gray, and I'm just doing a little bit of a light shading, kind of blending up into that white middle area. Okay, I'm going to cut out a panel here using a stitched rectangle die. And I thought we have that little extra piece left over, so I'm taking more oxide ink, and this is worn lipstick. I'm going to tape down my stitched rectangle die and just add a little bit of color to the edge here. I'm going to bring in a thanks die, and I wanted my sentiment kind of pop on the card, and so I decided to use the thanks. I'm also going to bring in a fence die that I had in my stash, and I'm going to cut out the thanks and the fence 3 times. Okay, once everything's cut out, we are going to do a little bit of layering with the fences. Now, this part you really wouldn't have to do if you added foam tape behind it, but I thought it would just be easier just to layer 3 together. It kind of creates a chipboard weight of a fence. So I just layered all three together, and we're going to keep it white. And then I'm going to do the same thing to my thanks, but for my top layer I'm going to add the pink oxide thanks. Now I want to give my pink thanks a little bit of gradient, so I'm just taking a baby wipe and going over the top portion of my thanks, and it creates a real quick gradient of pinks. Now if you don't have this fence die came in a Hero Arts kit a while ago, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to create a fence. I cut down some 1/4 inch strips, and I just laid 2 across, and then I'm adding a few of them vertically along those 2 strips, and then I'm just using my scissors and pointing off the top end, and then I'll use my scissors to level out that bottom area, and then you have basically the same size, well, a little bit larger fence, but it's the same effect. So it's super easy to create a fence. Okay, just an option I thought I would share with you how to create one. I'm going to go ahead and use my glue to attach my fence to my background panel, and I'm not going to bring it all the way to the bottom. I'm going to raise it up about a 1/2 inch from the bottom area. And next I want to stamp the second portion of my sentiment, and I thought we would use for being in my life. I'm going to place it right below my thanks, so my sentiment will say thanks for being in my life. And I thought since we did all that work at the background, we better bring out the Misty to stamp that second portion. I'm going to use VersaFine ink. I'll ink up the rest of my sentiment and stamp that on my background panel. Lovely. And then we're going to go ahead and glue down our thanks right above it. Lovely. We'll take our little bunnies, add some foam squares behind them, and they're going to go right there on that panel. And then I'm going to take a piece of fun foam. I just added some double-sided adhesive behind my panel and stuck it down, and we're going to go ahead and add that to our card base. Just making sure it's centered. And then we have that little hint of blue on our card base, which makes it really nice. Now I thought we'd add a little bit of green, so I'm going to use some Copic markers. I have YG03, and I'm adding them just to the base of my fence, and then I'll do a little shading with my G46, adding some little sprigs of grass there. Okay, next we're going to add a little sparkle using some, these are buttercream jewels. I'm just going to add a few here and there with my glue, and then for sparkle I'm going to use my Aqua Shimmer pen, and it's a clear pen, and it wasn't giving me as much sparkle as I wanted, and so later on I end up covering up my sparkle. I'm going to go over my little flower here too. I'm going to bring in some glitter drops. These are Nuvo glitter drops that are in White Blizzard, and I just in the center of my little flower on my bunnies, and then around my little sprigs of grass I thought we'd add some sparkle, kind of pulling it up a little bit, and I'm just adding little itty bitty dots, almost like they're maybe little soft flowers in the background. And then here's where I decided to go over my thanks with that same glitter, giving it extra sparkle. And that completes my card today. Kind of a very super easy card, but I think the fence in the background just makes it more springy. But thank you so much for joining me, guys. If you're interested in any of the products, I'll list them down below for you. But I wish you a lovely day, and we will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.